Welcome to Co-Parenting and Coffee's Espresso Shot, talking about contemplating divorce. So here we are.
Here we are.
We're it's a place that, a lot of women and men, of course, have a really hard time. I mean, I know in my support group, we have women come in often who aren't at the point of making that decision yet, but are contemplating it. And, it's a really hard decision to make, and it's something that we really need to understand and really
It's a decision that isn't taken lightly, I think, when you have kids, right?
I think most of the time it's not taken lightly in general, but then when
Sure.
you have kids and everything of yours is intertwined,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that you're going to be co-parenting with this person, sometimes I can understand when people say, like, I'd rather have my kids all the time and be
Mm-hmm.
miserable than not have my kids half the time. So it's definitely something that is a hard thing to think about, but clearly we've been there, right?
We've been there. We've gotten to the other side of it. I can remember it was actually right around this time 4 years ago that I was thinking that my marriage was over and was so afraid. In part because, there's plenty of preparation and years of messaging about weddings and marriage.
And failure and
Oh,
all of
yes,
that stuff, right?
absolutely. Divorce was a failure in my eyes for a long time, and I had such pride about being able to stick it out. And eventually, you know you just, if you grow apart that much, sometimes there's just no coming back together.
And I remember, even though I didn't have that experience, I
Yeah.
was like the one that didn't want to get divorced.
Yeah.
I do remember at a specific part further in where I realized that it was over and it couldn't go back.
Yeah.
So different experience, but
Sure.
same end feeling. And
I could remember saying, but he didn't cheat on me,
right,
and
he's a good dad.
he didn't, he didn't beat me up,
Right.
And so I think for some people there is some sort of massive betrayal that makes it an easier decision,
Yeah.
right, to move forward with letting go of the marriage.
And not that it's easy.
It's not easy. It's not
Then
easy.
you're co-parenting and dealing with a betrayal.
Right. Yes. And there's a lot of probably anger associated with that.
Yeah.
But for me, it was, I tried everything I could possibly think of to keep it together. Absolutely. Because I couldn't look my kids in the eye if I just walked away and not tried everything I could think of.
Right.
And so, yeah, so if someone that's out there listening to this, I can just imagine, how frightened, how does this even work? Where do you start?
Right. Financially, how do you do it? It's just so much. I know anytime I'm talking with a woman about, that's contemplating divorce, I always say, because I truly believe this, is that, it's fine to contemplate. I think it's great. You're here, you're listening, you're doing your research. You don't have to make the decision to get divorced. But you're doing your research to help you decide, and just trust yourself, because you'll know when the moment comes, or when the moments all come together, like, you will know the answer. And like, where I was when I got divorced to now, I mean, you will, I've met hundreds of women, hundreds at this point, maybe even thousands. And I've only ever met one woman that said she regretted it.
Really?
Yes. And that's like amazing, right? And I specifically remember one of my groups, and it was with women who were in really high conflict situations. And another woman had asked, like, do you regret it? and none of them said they regretted it, even though they were in it too.
Wow.
And I was actually a little surprised that they felt that way because it was so challenging.
I heard somewhere, and there are other podcasts out there that are focused specifically on how to get divorced and learn more about it. Sort of like if you're investigating it, maybe you already know the answer, right? Yeah. And I think there are people who do investigate and go back, but I don't ever want to tell anyone what to do. I mean, I
always say, we're not advocates for divorce.
No.
We're advocates for you being happy.
Yes.
Whatever that looks like.
Yes.
So if it's getting divorced, then we're here.
Yep.
And if it's not, that's okay too.
Totally. I will say that, it wasn't easy on my kids.
Yeah.
My kids when we decided to divorce were 4 and 7. And
well, kids are such a huge part of the decision.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah.
But I also have seen them come a really long way. I did make sure that they both got into therapy.
Yeah.
Which I think played a huge role in helping them to adjust. And there are times when it's hard. I'm not going to lie. Christmas week was not the easiest for them transitioning back and forth between houses and being away from one parent or the other. And so, it's not like everything's perfect now. Right. But I think that they see their mom has risen from,
what better like modeling can you do than to like be happy and thriving, like, and not be, dealing or showing them that it's okay to be treated in a way that you don't feel like is right, or being unhappy and staying there. Like, it's, I mean, it's so brave, like, for you to have done that. Like, I always think that about women that do it, because I wasn't brave enough. I didn't have a choice. I didn't want to get divorced. Now I'm like, thank you. But
sure,
it's brave to like take your life back.
So, I think that for those people who are thinking about it, take your time. Find the resources. They're not as abundant as for weddings, but they're out there.
Reach out to us.
Yes, reach out to us on social. We're, even if it's a DM, we're happy to talk to you. And there are resources out there that can help you. And it is possible. It's possible to do this if you are, especially if you're not safe. Finding a new life and finding a better life and happiness. It's possible. So
thank you.
Thanks for listening. I'll see you soon.